right, guys, it's been a while since I've done an auto review, but since I'm visiting Vegas, so Las Vegas in July, I wouldn't recommend it. And it's been about a year and a half since I've traveled because of COVID. I just had to review it. So we're looking at the 2021 Mazda CX-30, average guy tested.
I'm in Las Vegas, but I'm a few miles away from the Strip, so
it just landed at about 1:30 a.m. local time. And this is the Las Vegas Strip. By the way, I am in a 2021 Mazda CX-30. So for a guy who's been out of the car review game, maybe I'll run this up to Mount Charleston and see if I can't do a quick review while I'm here. We'll see. All right, so I'm out and about. It's been a while since I've done a review, so it's fair to say I'll be a little rusty. First blush, guys, the driving performance of this vehicle, it's Mazda-like. Remember the zoom? I know that's dating me. Very agile, very driver friendly. This has a nice low stance to it, very compact. One thing I really like about it, it has the sport mode. So right here you have sport mode on and off. Sport mode gives you a little bit more aggressive steering feel, a little bit more aggressive shifting, and that's what I've been running it in. The interior comes from really where we've progressed to today. Very flat, very bland, monochrome interiors. Not a lot of wow, not a lot of sizzle, but relatively nice, clean. I mean, certainly not gaudy. They have this little infotainment wheel here that gets you through the screens, which takes a little getting used to. So even the audio control is down here for the audio. And the HVAC controls are down here. It's a little quirky, especially if you jump into this as a rental vehicle late at night and you're trying to figure out, how to do things. We've got a lot of sort of pleather going on here, leather-like seating. Not sure I'm loving it, but solid. It's a solid little vehicle. The one thing I would say, there's a little pleather look here that seems maybe a little chintzy. I'd be worried that would cut, tear over time, especially in a warm environment like Las Vegas. And I'm noticing very cheap plastic, kind of rattly plastic bits. Front seat is pretty nice. Pretty fair amount of adjustments of the seat. I'm an average guy, about 5'9". I've got my seat all the way back and I feel pretty comfortable. As I look back at the back seat, it looks pretty tight. I'll jump back there and give you an honest assessment. So when I was sitting up front in the driver's seat, I was pretty pessimistic about the back seat. But as I get back here, with the front driver's seat all the way back and the seat up slightly, I have a fair amount of leg room here. I'm in a very upright position, good lumbar support. Not too bad. You could have a siesta back here. Again, I'm 5'9", I'm an average guy, and I'll show you. So I have decent leg room here. Certainly a lot more room than I thought. So if you had 2 friends along, 3 in a pinch, you could be relatively comfortable back here in the back. And again, for the size of the vehicle, I'm rather impressed. I'm impressed, guys. Pretty hot today. Don't come to Vegas in July, guys. Just warning. Let's take a look at the trunk, which is another really pretty cool feature that I'm impressed with because of the size of the vehicle. So if you look at it, there's a fair amount of space for your luggage. I've got my producer's bag here. Still space for a couple of bags. And The seats fold flat relatively easily. And I didn't have to push this up. So all the way back, if your seat is more straight up and down and not leaning back, if you're not doing the gangster lean, this was pretty easy to lay flat. Let's see what the other side looks like. So, in some of these small vehicles, the passenger side seat actually goes back a little further. So there was a little bit of an adjustment to get this to fold flat. So with the back seats folded flat, you have pretty good cargo space. Again, based on the size of the vehicle. So I'm outside the trunk, and there's a lock trunk button here. And that's cool because if your key isn't handy, like if you have something in your hand, say packages, or you've gotten stuff out, like let's say you're dealing with your kid or something, and you want to make sure you have the doors of the vehicle shut or locked, that button comes in handy, right? That's pretty cool. Locks all the doors and the trunk. So one of the things I miss about traveling, one of the few things, and doing auto reviews, is when you don't know the area, you're dropped and you pick up a rent-a-car and you go out and you're trying to find spaces to do reviews without hassling people, without being hassled. You find some interesting backdrops and you meet people. You find out what it really is to be local in an environment. So I'm in Las Vegas, but I'm a few miles away from the Strip, so I can just pull the vehicle over, and you just never know what your backdrop's gonna be. So I like this backdrop. There's like a nice tan brick wall here. Makes for a really cool backdrop against the vehicle. And this is one thing that I've really missed. Just playing with the space, finding interesting shots. Now we're looking at the moneymaker for this vehicle, the exterior. This is what sets this vehicle apart, because I think it's a really slick looking little mini, let's call it a CUV. Really sleek. It's got that Mazda design language kicking, low to the ground, like I said. Really nice. Just a nice looking vehicle all the way around. And one of my favorite colors, silver. I've always liked the vehicle in silver. Okay, so now we've covered the exterior, we've covered the interior. Now let's cover what's actually most important about the vehicle, and that's the driving dynamics. Let's go take a look. And let's get the AC pumping. Again, guys, did I say don't come to Vegas in July? But I'll talk about the driving dynamics. It's very Mazda-like, guys. Very zoom, very athletic. Again, there's this action mode or sport mode, which gives you more aggressive steering, more aggressive shifting. So it's got that nice punchy sports car feel to it. Good sight lines. You don't feel like you're in a tin can. There's lots of glass. There's substantial padding here in the door cards. So there's limited road noise. Great to drive in the city, great to drive out on the highway. It's got the zoom, nice color, backup camera, HD image. It's got the guide marks in the back, which is nice. So overall, the driving performance, it's a Mazda, guys. Mazdas make really fun cars to drive, and this is one of them. All right, so interesting. It's raining in the desert, but that's actually not the reason I'm filming this. It's kind of a weird, I don't know if you can hear that, but the wiper is actually hitting the side of the car. All right, guys, I'm back in New York. I've got a fresh face. I've just shaved, and I'm feeling energized because I'm out of Vegas. But I really enjoyed my time in the 2021 Mazda CX-30. It's a small SUV that's big on design, performance, and overall fun. Now, as always, I want to thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time, which will probably be like tomorrow or the day after. But in the meantime, you know what to do. Keep pushing play. And I'll see you next time. Now roll the music.